Welcome to Discover Calaveras with Sharondipity, the show where I uncover the charm, character, and hidden gems of Calaveras County. Join me, your host, Sharon Schlegelmelch, as I explore local businesses, meet the faces behind storefronts, and shine a spotlight on the people and places that make this region truly special. From cozy cafes to breathtaking trails, family-run shops to unforgettable adventures, we're discovering it all, one story at a time. Thanks for tuning in. Let's explore together. Today we have Cindy Clorer. She's the Executive Artistic Director of the Fourth Wall Entertainment Troupe.
You got it. Yeah.
And thanks for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It's so good to see you.
It is great to see you too.
Thank you.
So I think the thing that intrigues me the most right now is how do you come up with the name Fourth Wall Entertainment Troupe?
Oh, that's a good question. In Fourth Wall, the fourth wall is something that's used in television, and it's that invisible wall between you and your audience, whether it's a live audience or a television camera. You know, whenever the family's eating dinner at the table in a sitcom, they're sitting on three sides of the table because that fourth wall is the audience. And so we like to break that fourth wall. We have a lot of interactive and immersive things where we're right out in the audience and breaking that fourth wall barrier between us and our audience.
And that makes it so much fun for the
we love it.
Spectators to kind of feel like they're part of the show.
Yeah.
Well, the big thing that you guys have coming up this summer is the Shakes Experience.
Shakespeareans, yes. We are extremely excited about that. This is our third annual Shakespeareans. The formula is a comedy inside of the theater at the Metropolitan that's usually about a theater company trying to put on a well-known Shakespeare work. And then we follow it up by taking that same group of actors and the audience down to our park by the creek and actually doing Shakespeare's work that was referenced in the comedy. So our first year, we did a show called Yorick and Company that was written by a good friend of mine, and it was about a theater struggling to try to put on Hamlet with a haunted skull that was talking through the whole thing. So then we went down to the park and got serious and did Hamlet. And then last year we did Romeo and Juliet. Started with a night of culture in the Metropolitan, which was a group of kind of hillbillies, if you will, putting on Romeo and Juliet in the middle school gym. And everything that could go wrong did go wrong. And then, of course, we took it down to the park and did it beautifully down there. So this year we are working on the combination of Superstition and... This isn't actually a theater, is this? Because you can't say the name of the Scottish play in a theater. But I don't think this counts.
A studio.
It's a studio.
Maybe you can say the name of the Scottish play.
We're doing Macbeth. But it's very frowned upon to say Macbeth in an actual theater. In fact, that's what the whole play of Superstition is about, is all the things that go wrong when you upset the ghost of the Scottish king.
And say Macbeth.
So, yeah. So
that I'm sure it's hilarious, and I know that you write the comedies yourself.
I do. Yeah, I wrote Superstition specifically because we knew we wanted to do Macbeth, and I was having a hard time finding a companion piece for it that worked for what our needs were. So I threw together a script that I'm pretty proud of, and it does a good job of explaining why this is a superstition and all the silliness that goes along with it, the rituals you have to do to break the curse and all that. So,
that's fun.
Yeah.
Well, I have to tell you, I grew up in Southern Oregon, went to Rug River High.
Okay.
The home of the Ashland Shakespearean Festival, the Oregon Shakespearean Festival. And we were so fortunate every year at high school as we got to read the play, and then we would go on a field trip and see the actual play.
That's so cool.
And so we were taught that a comedy just means no one died.
Well, according to Shakespeare, yeah.
Yes, but your comedies I hear there are really, really funny comedies.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. We try, and I have a wonderful troupe of actors that are more like friends and family that help me out with all of the stuff, do the proofreads and the read-throughs and brainstorming. So it's a very collaborative effort.
So when does the Shakespeareans start?
It is every weekend in June. Every Saturday is when you can see the double feature of Superstition followed by Macbeth in the Park. We are throwing in an additional Friday night showing of just Superstition. A lot of people in our community are a little bit afraid of Shakespeare. So to sort of warm them up, we're offering the Friday night comedy to come in, see what we're doing, and maybe pique their interest to come back and see those same actors in their more serious Shakespearean roles the next day.
Oh, so it's all through the entire month of June?
Yes.
And then how does someone get their tickets?
Our tickets are available online through Eventbrite, and we have links on our website and through our social media for that. You can also get tickets at the door. Walk-ins are always welcome.
And how much are the tickets?
It's $20 admission per show for adults and $15 for students and seniors. If you're coming to the double feature, it's $35.
Okay.
So I'll give you a little price break there.
Okay. Now, so it sounds like a great evening when people want to come and, have see a comedy and then go see Shakespeare. So are there refreshments available?
There are, yeah. We've got a wonderful culinary manager, Nikki. She's cooking up. I believe we're going to have like charcuterie available. It'll be really fun because you can watch, again, the first one in the Met. It's just a package fun night, like you said, a good date night, a good couples evening. So come and watch the comedy, have your charcuterie, have your wine, and then down at the park you can take things with you, or you can bring your own picnic to the park. So feel free to pack up your wine and your French bread and your brie and enjoy Shakespeare under the stars.
Oh, it sounds great. And so let's talk a little bit about the actual Metropolitan building, because that's such a historical building. And tell us about that building.
When I first took it over, I came in 2019, we opened, and I kept trying to find information on the Metropolitan. There really wasn't an awful lot out there. I'm learning more through my friends at the museum and Historical Society. But I do know that it was originally built in 1859. It was a hotel, a big brick structure, and it was really the hub for stagecoaches. And it was like very central location here in Calaveras County. That structure burned down in 1926 and sat as a pile of rubble for a long time until they brought in the Quonset hut that we have now in, I think, 1948. And it became a movie theater. So there's some really cool old pictures, and we have some old projectors still upstairs from the original movie theater. So a lot of our locals, including me, remember going to a movie there, back in the day. We've got a Star Wars poster hanging up in the old projection room still, so it's just cool stuff like that. Then in the 80s, Don Cuneo came in and converted it into more of an event venue for the Arts Council, and so then it's been used more for theater, a little bit of restaurant activity in there since then. And then, like I said, we came in 6 years ago, started doing what we do.
So 6 years. And I know you have done plenty of other. What's been your favorite production so far? Do you have a favorite?
I definitely have my go-tos. We've done several that I've been really proud of. Blythe Spirit was a fun one because it was dealing with, supernatural, and so we had to learn to do a lot of special effects that could be done live on stage, like fishing line connected to the bottom of your cup and a ring under here that would pull it, or things like that, double-sided mirrors. So I was very proud of that one as a feat of special effects, as well as the acting in it. I could go on. Probably my most proud is East of Oz, which was a jukebox musical I wrote last year and have rewritten as an original musical that we'll be putting on in 2026. So that's probably my most proud one that I'm excited about.
That's great. Well, and I know that your background prior to taking over the Fourth Wall, or starting the Fourth Wall Entertainment Troupe, is all the work that you did at Calaveras High School when the Center for the Performing arts was getting underway.
Right.
Tell us about that. You're such a gem. Talk about our hidden gems. You're such a gem to our community.
You're sweet.
And
Thank
all
you.
those kids, and some of those kids I think are still acting
They are,
for you.
absolutely.
So talk about that.
It's a funny story. I don't know how much time you've got. I'll try not to. But when my kiddos were in school, I heard rumors of this performing arts center being built. And so I went and talked to Jim Frost, who was superintendent at the time. And he rolled out blueprints, said, oh, this would be perfect for you. So I actually became an employee of CUSD with that goal in mind, is I want to run that performing arts center. 12 years later, it was finally built, and I was in the right place at the right time to where I could go in and work as a manager for it, and did that for about 4 years. Loved every second of it. Had after-school programs with the kids that, like you said, many of them are still with me to this day and have grown up to become my best friends. So that was a really great place to start.
That I remember those days. That was great.
It was fun.
It was fun. And so speaking of your actors, so how does someone become an actor for the Fourth Wall Entertainment
You
Troupe?
got to be careful. If you walk in our doors, you might not walk back out. People often will start volunteering for tech or to help with concessions or bartend, and the next thing you know, we've got them, could you just fill in for this small role? And then pretty soon they're taking on leads and doing more and more, and it's just, you check in, but you can't check out.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about the age groups of the actors.
Well, we do children's productions a couple a year. They have branched off to where they are their own entity now. It's Off the Wall Youth Theater Troupe.
Okay.
They're a chip off the old block. And we have created a new nonprofit for the children's theater, but they're still under our roof and under our umbrella. So they're doing 2 to 3 productions a year, and those age from 5 to 18. And then our other shows, depending on what's going on, I think our oldest troupe member is turning 80 next year.
Oh.
And then, we've got our littles in the play, and we try to get a lot of our teens and our tweens involved in some of our regular plays as well.
Oh, that's
all ages are welcome.
That's great. So I wanted to know if you have anything coming up in the fall.
We do. One of my former students, who is now followed in my footsteps and is a media specialist for the district, Beth Brandt, has written a show called Jinkies. It's an interactive, immersive jukebox musical based on the characters from Scooby-Doo.
Oh, fun.
So it's hilarious.
That
it's
sounds
really
fun.
It's
fun.
To watch the kids grow up, and it's super cute.
And also, I want the viewers to definitely check out your social media page. There's all kinds of pictures and all kinds of things that are going on. Like, one of the things that struck me was all the work that everyone's doing on the costumes for Shakespearean.
Oh my gosh!
And so, tell me about that.
I love to brag about my staff. Everyone at Fourth Wall is a volunteer, including myself. We make money to do the next show, So everyone is volunteers, a staff of 10 people, a costumer, Lauren Ramirez, who is making the most beautiful, amazing Lady Macbeth costume you've ever seen. Mm-hmm. It's got hand-sewn on beetle wings that are iridescent. It's just crazy cool. I've got a technology guru, Christopher Mandel, who has made personal investments into sound and lighting equipment for us. And he's the director of Macbeth this summer. Missy Murray is my production manager. Nikki Trammell is my culinary manager. I just have all these wonderful people that put all the pieces and parts together to make things happen. And they are the most wonderful dream team.
Wow, that's really impressive.
Yes.
I mean, just to put on a Shakespearean production, I remember at the Oregon Shakespearean Festival, and we did see Macbeth, the Scottish play. And I remember I loved the witches, the costuming they had for the witches. It was really
They've got a really cool,
neat.
different direction. I think you'll be surprised and impressed because they've gone a little different direction than what you usually see.
Yeah, and of course, this is back in the 70s when, you didn't say any bad words on any productions, but Lady Macbeth out damn Spot.
Oh,
and we got to
yeah.
say damn when we were reading it.
Right? Yeah.
So yeah, it's a we're really fortunate to have you guys do that show
Well,
here.
I'm fortunate to have the people around me to make it happen.
Yeah, that's great. So if someone were wanting to, help with the Fourth Wall Entertainment troupe, would they just
come in and see a show, introduce yourself, and we'll welcome you in wherever you want to join us. We are always looking for more people, and like I said, it's such a family. They are my best friends. When we're not at the theater, we're in my backyard sitting around the campfire telling stories. It's just a really cool.
That sounds like a really fun group, and it's just so great that it's in San Andreas, which has they've done some revitalization of the downtown, and people need to come down and check it out. It's really a nice place to spend an evening. And,
it is. So many people say also about our little park that I didn't even know this was here. I didn't know it was there until I took over the Metropolitan 6 years ago, and I was born and raised here. So it's a hidden little gem down there by the creek. It's really cool.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if there's anything else that you want to tell the audience about the experience.
Sure, I had all kinds of things to tell, but I feel like I've talked your ear off at this point.
Yeah. Well, I know I've known you since you were a librarian.
Yeah.
At Jenny Lynn Elementary, and then from there you went to the Calaveras High.
Yeah, I took a few years at Toyon first. I kind of followed my son from Jenny Lynn to Toyon to Calaveras.
And now you're back at Toyon.
And I'm back at Toyon just temporarily, filling in a couple days a week, and that's been a lot of fun to go back to my old stomping grounds.
But I know as a theater person, that's your main focus and emphasis.
It is constantly in my brain.
Yeah. So what show are you going to do next?
Exactly.
Yeah, and so is the one that's the next show, the Jinkies, that's coming up, or is there one in between?
There is a children's production in between. The kids are doing Robin Hood in July.
Okay.
So we've got Shakespeareans in June, Robin Hood in July, Jinkies in August, September, October. We're doing Misery, Stephen King.
Oh.
Yeah, and then we've got a very special Potter-themed Christmas event going on. That's going to be a lot of work and a lot of fun.
So, that does sound fun. And I'm looking forward to any musicals that might be coming up. That's a genre I really like, but that doesn't sound like you guys are having those.
We do the Jinkies is a jukebox musical, so it'll be songs that you'll recognize.
Okay.
We'll start off 2026 with my original musical of East of Oz.
Okay.
So that, again, I'm very excited to get going. So yeah, we definitely dabble in musicals. Who knows what 26 will bring?
Right. Well, hopefully you will get a big showing at the Shakespeareans this year and get people more interested in Shakespeare. It's been around for 400 years.
Right.
So, it's timeless. So
it is. It is. So, yeah, hopefully our community will embrace it and we can keep doing it for years to come.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the costumes. And that'll be
They're really
great.
amazing. They're really amazing.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for joining us on the show.
You bet. Thank you.
Coming down here and telling us about the Shakespeareans coming up at the Metropolitan in San Andreas. And great to see you.
You too. I appreciate it. Thanks.
All right. Well, I hope you can enjoy the Shakespeareans in San Andreas. But there's many things going on Saturday, June 7th, right here in Calaveras. We have the Arnold Rim Trail Group is doing a guided nature walk in Arnold. So meet at the Sierra Logging Center for that. Also at the Calaveras Animal Control, It's the California Adopt a Pet Day. Unleash your love, find your new friend. At the Murphy's Creek Theater, they're having their production, True West. And you can also attend Comedy Night in the Cellar at the Hotel Azure on the same night, Saturday night. Or you can go up to the Chicken in a Barrel fundraiser for Michelson Elementary. That's at the Murphy's Community Park. Or you can go to the casino night at the Quartz Hill Estate in McCalmy Hill. And that is the dinner put on by the Chamber of Commerce for Calaveras. And there's the Wine and Whimsy, which is at Lakeside in Angels Camp. There's many things to do coming up this entire summer in Calaveras. Well, thanks for joining me. I hope you've been inspired to explore, support, and celebrate the amazing people and places right in our backyard. And if you know a hidden gem that we should discover next, reach out to Public Access Television by calling 209-754-4021. Until next time, keep wandering, and keep discovering with Sharondipity.